Hello everyone, welcome to my English language learning journey. My language learning journey consists of two parts. One is learning Taicang dialect, and the other is English. Taicang is a city next to Kunshan, so it is similar to that of Suzhou. In my family, my grandparents speaks Taicang dialect, and my mom speaks both Taicang dialect and Mandarin. While my father, he speaks only Mandarin. In childhood, I was mostly brought up by my grandparents, so I was able to speak the dialect pretty well at that time. However, as I entered the kindergarten and the primary school, where the official language is Mandarin, I communicated less and less with my grandparents. Gradually, I could only speak the most basic words with even incorrect pronunciation. Unfortunately, I didn't want to pick it up until entering high school. It was at that time that I realized and appreciated the great efforts my grandparents have put on me, and I wanted to pay them back. I tried to chat with them more, to express my gratitude, to explain things to them. However, the language barriers always make these matters hard and unnatural. So I try to improve. I try to speak more Taizong dialect and listen to their conversations carefully. Gradually, my Taizong dialect improved a little in the 3 years, and I'm now able to make a few jokes or do some simple conversations with them. I'm glad, but that is not enough for me. I always have dreamed that I could one day master this language and go home to chatter with my grandparents joyfully and fluently. Unfortunately, this seems to be nearly impossible. The other part of my language learning experience is English, and in class I learned it just as every other Chinese students do. Outside the class, I like watching English films, and I have attended a lot of English tutoring organizations. Because of that, I was able to meet a lot of English teachers. The one who left the most impression on me was Tom, an American. He's a nice and has a rich and diverse experience. His teaching idea was like using every method he can to reduce our negative feelings towards English and try to make the process of learning enjoyable. For example, he would use a tip instead of a cross to mark out our wrong answers. So if you have done the exercise really bad in Tom's class, there will be tips all over the page, while the right ones are just blank with no markers. Besides, he would let us watch clips from films and learn words and grammar from it. He would also take us to supermarket about once a month and tell us names of the goods and pay for us to buy snacks, and each of us can have 10 yuan of budget at most. Well, for me, these should be the most valuable things to mention in my language learning experience. It seems that we need to keep using a language if we don't want to lose it. And teacher Tom's intention just keeps reminding me to treat every failure as tips instead of crosses. That's all. Thank you, everyone.